ETH, last name LEE. I'm a rising junior at Middlebury College in Vermont and currently working as a UPO Advocacy intern in the PD Green Service Center in Anacostia. So there's a couple of projects that I'm working on in the PD Green Center, including the Community Leadership Academy, or CLA, where we're going to develop a curriculum to teach Ward 8 residents how to advocate on their behalf of their government, as well as organize their community to be able to mobilize for political change. The second thing that I'm doing is canvassing in the Washington Highland and being able to conduct surveys and understand the needs of the Washington Highland community. And thirdly, we're working on alternative and sustainable methods for a community watch program that would allow the Ward 8 community, especially Washington Highland, which experiences extremely high crime, to increase their security measures through some sort of community policing method. So through all these projects, you can see that we're really empowering Ward 8 residents through addressing the structural factors of poverty, not just individual off-case bases. We're providing the skills and education and innovative programming to be able to, with the limited resources that we have, to teach the residents to be able to equip themselves with the skills of community organizing, with the skills of advocacy, to be able to talk on behalf of their needs. Secondly, under this point, I want to talk about how whenever we reach out to the residents, we make sure that we also listen to what their needs are. So UPO isn't one of those organizations that go in from a top-bottom approach and impose things onto the residents. Instead, the residents come to us and we reach out with the residents to form a relationship to be able to move forward. So for example, we're doing a community day event where we're actually getting residents to talk about the planning, what do they want this event to be about, and what the needs are in their community to be able to bring them together. But secondly, I want to talk about how UPO serves as a voice for the community. So through the surveys that I've been conducting in the Washington Highland community, we've been able to get a ton of feedback. And the feedback is not just going into the Community Leadership Academy that I'm building, but as well as the Community Day events that Ms. Ayana is heading, as well as the other programs that UPO is going to head. We also think that the housing initiatives and the sustainable development is going to really help people in the long run. But secondly, UPO is not just something for residents in need. For me, it's also an opportunity for me personally to engage with individuals who are in need and spread the word of what their needs are to my community and help out. So I think that because I want to be involved in policy making and staffer jobs, I think that through being exposed to Ward 8 and their needs, I can increase the political clout for them and find out about what the community is, not just through a theoretical lens, but through a hands-on lens and being able to engage with the community personally. But finally, I think that the funding really comes in for the Community Block Grant is to be able to continue these programs and to be able to continue that sustainable growth that UPO advocates for. So first of all, I think that giving the paid internships to the community residents is something that gives them not just job skills, but also a way to support their lifestyles, support their families. I think that if you give more funding to skills that help the youth to help themselves out of difficult situations, as well as the foster grandparent program, we're going to be able to do much more in the community. The second thing I think that the increased funding is going to help is going to bring in more talented people, such as Ms. Ayana, my supervisor, as well as Ms. These people really care about the individuals in the Ward 8 community. And I think that with these people, we're going to be able to reach out to more people, because a lot of times what happens is that we go into the Washington Highland community and we see that they ask us, do you have a job? And we say, we have tons of job readiness programs. We just need the resources to be able to get it out to them. And I think that the manpower that comes with increased funding is going to really help that. But finally, for the project that I'm working on, which is the Community Leadership Academy, I think that the increased funding is going to increase the incentives for people to come and learn, so that community members can learn about community organizing and advocating to the government without taking up disproportionate costs, right? So it obviously takes cost for people to go into the academy to take those classes, and and that they might not be able to have the resources to do that. But by providing things such as lunch, childcare, like giving like their kids field trips while we're teaching the community leadership skills, or even like transportation to the PD Green Center, we're going to be able to reach out to more people to come in and take the curriculum to learn these skills. We also think that we'll have increased resources in the classroom and bring in speakers. We think that all of these will culminate into tangible policy change and put hope back into the community so that Ward 8 can rise again. Thank you.